Hey guys, and welcome back to EQ Planes, and today I thought I'd try a different style of airport update, which is a Southwest California graveyard update. Now, this isn't based off any particular graveyard. This is kind of an amalgamation of planes that are currently being stored and scrapped at either Pinal Airpark, Mojave, Roswell, or Victorville. So it's not completely accurate to one of them, but all these planes are currently down there in one of those airports, so this is kind of a fictional graveyard based out of the southwest of the United States. So yeah, without further ado, let's start out on the scrapping line, where we have this Air Canada 767-200, which is just being prepared to be scrapped. Has been stored there since 2008. Following that, we have this ex-Qantas 767-300ER, which is also being prepared to be scrapped and has been stored here since 2013. Next up, here we have this British Airways Sm-47400, which is also being prepared to be scrapped and was dropped off here in 2019. And you can see here right at the end of the scrapping line, we have this Lufthansa A340-300, which has been stored here since 2020. As you can see, it's already had its winglets sheared off. Now, here we have the Westjet 737-600. I know they have lots of these stored at Pinal Airpark still in their full livery. This particular one was dropped off down there in 2021. Next up, here we have this Air Canada 777-300ER. This particular one is stored down in Pinal Airpark and is the only Air Canada 777 to have ever been retired. That was also their very first 777, delivered back to Air Canada in 2007. But this plane was retired after the pandemic. Here we have a Lufthansa Sm-47400, which was dropped off here in 2020. Here's an Air Canada Rouge A319. No, they retired some of Air Canada Rouge's A319s, and I believe they have some of them stored down in Pinal Airpark right now. Here we have an Air Transat A330, which was stored here at the start of the pandemic and is yet to have been returned to Canada. Now, I'm not sure if Air Transat is retiring some of these A330s they have down in Pinal Airpark. I think they might be, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Here we have an Air Canada 767-300ER still in its full livery. I know they have some of these down at Pinal Airpark still stored in their full livery, which is cool. I hope I can go see them someday. Now, here we have an ex-Air Canada E190. They have some of these stored down in Tucson, ones that didn't end up going to Breeze. Here we have a Qantas Sm-47400, which was stored down here in 2020. Next up, here we have the United 757, which was stored down here in 2019. Next up, here we have an American Airlines MD-80, which was stored down here in 2018. Following that, we have a FedEx MD-11, which was brought down here in 2018 as well. Here we have an ex-Aer Lingus BAE 146. Now, I know they have a couple of these stored down in Pinal Airpark. Here we have an ex-SAS 737-800 stored down here in 2017. And here we have an old US Airways 737-300, which was brought down here in 2012. Next up, here we have the China Southern 777-200, and this aircraft was stored down here in 2017. Here we have a Boeing Dreamlifter. I know they have one of these stored down in Pinal Airpark right now. I think they may have it stored there as they're not transferring components between Charleston and Everett anymore for the 787, but I'm not 100% sure why they have the Dreamlifter sitting down there right now. Here we have a Hawaiian Airlines DC-10. I know they still have one of these left at Mojave Airport. Now, this aircraft's been stored here since 2001. Here we have a retired Delta 757. This aircraft has been here since 2008. Here we have an Icelandair 757, which will be converted to cargo for cargo jet. Next up, here we have an ANA 777-300ER, which has just been recently retired. This one is in the BB-8 livery. The real-life one in the BB-8 livery has also been retired. Too bad that they've retired that livery, because now there isn't the 3 set with the C3PO and the RTD2. But yeah, I hope they bring back that livery on a 787 or maybe even a 777X someday. Following that, we have this Sunwing 737-800, which will be headed to fly Bondi. Now, here we have some 787s stored here, just waiting for delivery. Here we have a Westjet 787-9. We also have a Qantas 787, which will be waiting delivery as well. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this new format. Tried to edit and cover up the airplanes to make it look as if they were in the junkyard, and tried to cover them up the same way that these particular airlines tend to do. Like, I didn't cover up the Lufthansa planes and the British Airways planes because they tend not to cover their aircraft up, where I did some cover work on the Air Canada stuff and the SAS stuff and whatnot. But yeah, once again, thank you guys for watching, and hope to see you guys back next time.